in my career, so I went to college and got a degree and then got a master's degree in business, and I worked for a large corporation. And for the last 20 years, I was a spy plane salesman, actually. I flew all over the world selling spy planes. It was quite fun, but this is like 1,000 times funner. Had I known how fun this was, I probably would have skipped my first career. But it was a good career, and it allowed me to, raise a family and have lots of quality time with my children. And so I don't regret it. But if you're really thinking about getting in the wine business, really jump in if you have the passion. It really takes a lot of passion because it's not a good place to go to try to make money. You can make money, but this is a terrible place to try to go make money. So it was my passion for 30 years. And so that passion was stoked in my garage making wine. And then on the roll up to retirement, I knew that I would continue this at some level. And then once I retired, that level got much bigger because I didn't expect to, build a winery and open a tasting room. I really was thinking about just selling to some restaurants. But it's been really fun. It's amazingly fun. My core passion is making the wine. And it's not a bad, people laugh at me and it's like, you're not retired, but I organized it, I'm making 1,400 cases, which is very small. And so the harvest here, we get to go really slow and do everything exactly how we want to do it. Most, even small wineries, they're getting grapes every day for 80 days straight, maybe not on Sunday, but we're getting grapes maybe like 10 times over the harvest. So maybe like once or twice a week. And we're getting so small that we're done by noon processing our fruit, and we're taking very careful with sorting, and we don't crush, we just de-stem. And then, the whole harvest, we're punching down by hand our lots. And we have a lot of different varieties of grapes. We also make 8 different Pinots, which is what part of the this is what Santa Rita Hills is known for, but we also make Syrah, Grenache, make some white wines, and we're very small. And so if you're a wine person, a wine collector, or somebody who likes to drink wine, you want variety. Even if you have your favorite wine, you don't drink that every night. You like to drink a lot of varieties. So I make wine like I drink wine. I make a lot of very different bottlings. It would be much easier to just make 1,400 cases of one wine and just sell all that. But we make 20 wines in 1,400 cases. Sometimes only 20 cases. This is a special Pinot Noir, and this is 48 cases, but they average about 80 cases.
But now I think it's time I live my life on my own. I guess that's just what I must do. Don't you want me? No, I don't believe it, but I hear that you won't see me. Don't you want me? No, I don't believe it when you say that you don't need me. It's hard to find when I think you've changed your mind. You better change it back or we will both be sorry. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh, don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
A lot of people ask me, how I learned to make the wine, because we've actually done really well. People coming from all over and they love our wine, and we get great reviews and everything. And so it turns out that a lot of one of the reasons I was able to start making wine is because a lot of my favorite winemakers, I would ask them the same question, and they never went to school. Now, there's a lot of great winemakers that went to wine school, okay? But the thing is, if you're making a small amount of wine from perfect grapes and just a small amount, mostly what you learn in school doesn't apply. It's like if you go to hotel and restaurant school and you have a little teeny roadside restaurant with 2 rooms in a hotel, you don't really need anything you learn in the school. So I would recommend my children to go to wine school if they were going to get into wine business. But for me, I learned it. I went to some classes, weekend classes here and there. I read a lot of books. But the most place I learned about wine was talking to other winemakers. And again, I've been to every wine region in the world and dwelled on things and talked to lots of winemakers. And usually, actually, now it's kind of hard to talk to winemakers in America because they're all busy. But in Europe and South America, South Africa, you can talk to these guys and they're not in such a hurry. And they would tell you lots of stuff. And so if you have a passion for something, like if you have a passion for baseball or football, then all of a sudden you just hear everything and you know everything about the football team or the baseball team because you have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion for it, you could go to 1,000 baseball games with your wife or your husband and you don't even know the rules because you just doesn't excite you. But so the passion of wine allowed me to listen and get all that stuff in my head, and I learned a lot from that. And it's quite simple. There's a lot of variation on how you would make wine, but I played around over 25 years with the different variations, like adding stems, not adding stems, longer fermentations, warmer fermentations, when to pick and everything. And by deep diving into it and having my friends or people I know, their favorite wine, their wine that they made, and then I would talk to them, and you can then deduce what's making the wine taste like it does.